Red alert. We cashed the freaking play. Let's go, boys. Bunch of y'all signed up on that. Glad you were the ones that got rewarded. In fact, you did better than anyone else did yesterday. You did better than the full VIP, and you did better than the free picks. But I like today. I think we're going to have a lot of good pitching matchups. I think we're going to see some lower scoring games potentially. The weather is looking a little cold out there today, a little cold. So let's talk some Tuesday baseball. Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Keystone coming at you guys with another free pick video. Guys, take 5 seconds real quick. Do me a favor. Just hit that like button. It goes a long way to help the algorithms. I do appreciate anyone who does do that. Gave you guys a couple losers yesterday. I think I got a little too cute with the batter strikeout. I'm like, why did I do that? We're going to go a little more meat and potatoes today. I also wanted to let y'all know, technically yesterday, it was about as even of a day as you can get, but I did update the ticker. So, because, we're tracking the profitability of the VIP of the last 18 days. So technically we did not profit yesterday. It was very close. And I'm going to show you guys why this is so powerful. Doing a little $5 day pass today. And we're going to get into that in a sec, but this is probably a good time to hop on board because when I go through these, it's really just a dabble slump. That's all it is. And I'll show you guys the slips. And we're so on target that eventually we're going to start hitting a few of these. All we needed was one slip yesterday, and I'll show you. But I sent out this red alert play. Now, I don't do these very often, but I told y'all I hired a new person working with the team, and we're going to I'm going to start to really transition to the books, almost full time. And I'm still going to do DFS slips and stuff, but most of my energy and most of my money that I bet with personally, I'm going to start doing on the books. I mean, I only do quarter unit bets anyways on the DFS a lot of times. They're just harder to hit, to be completely honest with you guys. But the books, I feel like we can manipulate. So when I send out a red alert play, guys on my free winnable plan, they're very aware when I send this out, I mean fucking business. That if you're a guy following me, if you're a whale, you like to throw money around on a fucking lock. I'm 4-1 on these red alert plays on my last 5. 4-1 now. We cashed it again. These guys did the best. Now I'm not like these fucking jerk offs that I literally sold this pick for $5. So even if you put $30 on it, you won 20. And so you gave me 5. Still worth it. But the guys that can come in with at least a 1 unit size of $100. These are the kind of plays you want to get. And I gave it for fucking dirt cheap for $5. Some guys charge $500 for one pick to guys that have money to throw around. But I think somewhere in the middle is probably a fair number, 10 to 20, because look, when I come out with these plays, I usually do mean business. And I was so confident in this play that I told these guys that bought the pass that they were going to get a month of free of VIP if it did not hit. A bunch of you guys signed up. Thank you for believing in me. And hopefully this is a vote of confidence going forward. Possibly we can just set some of you guys up on VIP, for a much longer pass so you can be with us every day, every play. So this was that play. And then since, I'm a nice guy, I threw some extra plays at them too, for signing up on the pass. I included the rest of the plays I set that for the regular VIPs. And I threw this play in. We ended up cashing this. That really helped actually, because it wasn't the greatest day on DFS again, but this helped. It kind of drew us even on sleeper and chalkboard. And then let me show you guys these dabble slips. Okay. So you guys kicked ass on the likes. So I gave you all this play for free on winnable. So keep it up. I'll give you another one, guys. I promise you, we're just in a little bit of a bad luck slump the last 3 days. That's pretty much it on DFS. Now, you guys gotta understand, in hockey, when you're backing a team like the Los Angeles Kings, basically that's what I was doing here. So what happened was they were the biggest favorites on the board playing at home against, a middling team in Seattle against the Kraken. Seattle scored 2 kind of fluky goals at the end of the first period, in 1 minute. Okay, so the Kings were down. So it was 2-1, and it was just a low scoring, kind of clunker the whole way. What I was expecting to happen here was the Kings to get an early lead and then basically turtle. They're one of the best shot suppressing teams in the National Hockey League. Very good defensive club usually. So the theory here is like, hey, look, if they're playing with a lead, they ain't going to be shooting the puck. It's going to be Seattle trying to play catch up. And they had a 2-1 lead pretty much the entire rest of the game from that point, and this guy still barely got it done because the Kings were trailing. It was that simple, okay? So he went over this by 3. I mean, it sucks, guys. I wanted to hit this for you. Here's another one. Westberg had a really good track record against Zach Gallen. I like like even if they got to the pen, he's batting cleanup on the road. I thought this was a really good spot. The 1 through 3 hitters, of course, I almost put Gunnar Henderson in this spot. But I liked the fact that Westberg had some prior success against Zach Gallen. Look at this, guys. We were like 1 away from this, okay? Same thing here. Bregman, there isn't probably a hotter hitter in baseball. Like, the guy's been crushing, just couldn't get that extra RBI or run. It's like we're on freaking target. I got fucked again by Sleeper on another shitty discount prop. I even told my friends, I don't trust this. I just don't trust it. He's like, it's only a $10 play. I'm like, all right, fuck it. Yeah, look at me. I'm on target. Sleepers discounts suck lately. This was the free play I give you. This one I was not on target on. A lot of guys were on this. He just didn't show up, guys. It's that simple. Told you we hit that one. I got a little too cute with this one, so that sucked. That was the red alert play. So, like I said, next time you see that come through on Winnable and you're a sportsbook user, get ready to throw down some money, okay? That was, I felt really comfortable. Look how it wasn't even close. I mean, the line opened at 7, I think, and it went down to 6.5. So I just bumped it up to 9. It was 2-0. I mean, if you were on a side like Rebet where you can't quite manipulate them this far, those guys, some of them text me, should I still do this? I was like, yeah, fire it up. Just maybe lower your wager a little bit. Yeah, it wasn't even close. And then the under in the championship game, of course, wasn't even close. 128 points, man. So the line on that was 141. But this is a very easy way to, if you have the bankroll. I'm not saying, go put your fucking mortgage on the line or your rent on the line. Don't do that. But if you got a solid bankroll, don't be afraid to like up your unit size when you see this is a really good area right here for parlays to hit. In my mentality, and I do this all the time, we're going to have a bunch of 314 bets, UFC bets this week that are right in this ballpark. Because the whole theory here is like we're going to risk 3 units to win 2. And I found over the last 2 years since I've been doing this professionally, this is a very juicy spot to hit right here. So if we can win about 20 of 30 of these overall, in this range, like you just do the math. That's just me betting 300 a play. Okay. So what else did we do? Oh yeah, this was good. We did do something good. We hit that chalkboard play. We hit that, and we hit this AI slip. Now, this is why we pretty much drew even, because all those losers on Dabble, this like pretty much covered all of those. So it was close. It might have even been a slight profit potentially. I did lose one other slip on the books. Fucking goddamn Yankee, or who was it? Was it the Yankees? Oh, no, it was the Dodgers. I was really surprised the Dodgers did not win yesterday. It was a day of a lot of upsets. That hockey, the Kings got upset at home. They were huge favorites. Sharks were winning before I passed out against, I think it was Calgary. Calgary was huge favorites. Yeah, so it just hasn't quite been there on Dabble, really. Like, I was hoping to literally, beef up these are, like, all from the last, 2 weeks, right? All these are fucking huge slips. And I was really hoping that one of those was going to be, maybe 2 of them, was going to be added right here. So let's get into today's pick. I just want to remind you guys, we can get 50 likes on this video. I will drop a bonus VIP slip for you guys again. Hopefully we can hit it today. We were right there yesterday. That 6.6 tasted so good, and we just kind of got unlucky with the game flow, man. It just sucked. So a couple slips for you guys. But I told you what I'm going to do first from now on before we get into the player prop stuff. I'm going to kind of do a quick rundown. These are not official picks. I'm going to give you I'm going to give you my parlay of the day. And then I'm just going to run through every game, kind of give you some leans, but they're not official picks. So don't go crazy or anything. These are just things I'm kind of leaning towards on how my betting day is going to go today. So I do have a couple slips on chalkboard for you guys too. I've set 2, and I was really just debating which one to give you guys. So I just said, fucking, I'm going to give them to them both. So you're getting a bonus slip today. Hopefully we can win them both. This is the parlay of the day right here. So we're going to take the Tigers on the run line on the first 5 innings, meaning this actually was, it actually just got bumped. This was negative 188. It's just really a pitching mismatch. You got Scooble, who's really good. Yankees haven't been the best against lefties other than Judge. And he's got a decent track record against them, but I like the fact that he's back home now. I think this is a good spot. I like the way the Tigers bats have been playing lately. I think he's going to get some run support. And I also, don't really trust their bullpen though. So once Scooble exits the game, the Yankees could mount a comeback. Who knows? Probably a lower scoring game. I could see like a 4-2 Tigers type win here, but I really like them on the first 5 innings. So we're going to take that at -200, and then we're going to pair it with the Guardians. I think this is the only team in the majors that has not had a home game yet, but they're home now, and they're playing the White Sox. Sox have been playing a little better, but this is still it's one of the worst bullpens in Major League Baseball, in my opinion. So I just think coming home, you got Lively on the mound. He's a guy I like to back more when he's at home versus on the road. Cleveland usually, I think they had the best record in the American League last year at home, and this is their home opener. So they're going to want to come out here and win for their fans, I think, on a dark little Tuesday. So I like this. When you pair them together, we're getting a plus money parlay here. I haven't decided if I'm going to go half unit or full unit on this. Like a half unit would pay like one. Let's see what this pays actually. I'll probably go 75. And so the idea is I'm risking 3/4 of a unit to win one back. So I think that's probably what I'll do. And then if we just kind of scroll through these games here, make that a little bigger for you guys to see. So I would lean, obviously, I told you guys how I feel about those two games. Mets Marlins, this is probably the only game I would consider taking the run line on. I don't trust the Marlins bullpen either. They're probably one of the worst ones in Major League Baseball. We'll see about Clay Holmes. It's going to be a bad weather day, right off the bat too. I'll show you guys real quick and then we'll bounce back. The only place that looks like it's rocking today is Coors Field. They got a big bump here on runs, home runs, doubles, singles. You got a lot of red today, so it's very cold. That's what these blue marks mean. And then let me show you what these mean. So below 55 degrees, this is the wind chart, and then these are so if you get a P that's green, that's good. A red is good. Red is bad. Green is good. Okay, so. Yeah, you're just seeing a ton of negative on homers today, and then on runs even, like everything's down about 10%. This game right here, though, I think it's a trap. We're going to get into that in a second. This is Wrigley Field. So let's go back over to DraftKings. I've told you guys I like our Guardians here. So Skeens hasn't had the greatest success against this Cardinals lineup, but they have been struggling against right-handed pitching. This is on the road, too, kind of a pitcher's park. So, yeah, I kind of lean them. And what I'll probably do with this, guys, is I'll make this like my long shot parlay of the day. So just keep that in mind. So Dodgers Nationals, tough one. I'll probably back the Dodgers. I trust their bats more. It's not it looks like two, pitchers that probably can give up some runs. Maybe looking at the over here might not be a bad spot too. Now they let me down yesterday, but I think I'll back them today up there in DC. Blue Jays, Red Sox. This one, I think we're actually going to take the Blue Jays plus 1.5 runs here. I think it should be a close game. Garrett Crochet, he's a pretty good pitcher, but he's in his career, he's kind of struggled in Boston. That's always been on the road before this year because now he is a Red Sox. So I was looking at this one as like maybe this is a good spot to take a plus money bet on the opposing Blue Jays. So Lucas, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. It is a hitter's park, so there's that. 8 runs. I don't know. I think we're just going to stick with Toronto plus 1.5 because I think they could outright win this game. I think it's a good bet. If they win, hopefully it'll be close and they'll lose by 1. Or if they lose, hopefully it's just by 1. So Angels, Rays. I do like the Rays here in this spot. Shane Baz looked really good in his first start. This is actually one of the few plus weather spots you can look at taking some, runs. Maybe we'll probably have some hitters involved in this game. Phillies, Braves. This is a tough one because every time you have two elite pitchers on the mound against each other teams, these two, everyone just naturally thinks it's always going to be a pitching duel. I normally am one of those guys. I think that's probably the most likely outcome today. But then sometimes just weird stuff happens and like these guys like have a shitty outing and they get knocked out of the game quick. and then it just turns into a freaking run fest. I don't think that's the case today. The Phillies were plus money, so the money's obviously coming in on them. They clearly are playing better right now. I really feel like the Braves need to make a statement here. Chris Sale has really had a lot of success against the Phillies right here, and we're going to have these two guys in a chalkboard play. I'll show you that in a sec. So I would lean Braves plus 1.5 here. Hopefully it's a close game. I think it will probably be lower scoring. 7's a tough line though, because these teams both have great offenses. So Braves haven't been playing good, but I still believe in this team long term. I think their roster is too good to stay in a slump like this forever. So once guys like Riley and Olsen start hitting better, Ozuna, Albies, they're still missing Acuna. I don't know when he's going to be back, and now freaking Jerks and Profar got suspended. So it's tough, but I think we're going to see a really good spot from Chris Sale today. I'm actually strongly considering going to this game. So if anybody wants to go to that game, you're down in the Atlanta area, greater area, Alabama, on the way down there. You want to meet me at the park, or if you even need a ride, you want to stay at the hotel I'm staying at. If I end up going, I will let you know. This would be a fun one because we could go bet on some strikeouts and probably have a really good time. But as far as picking a side, that'd be really difficult, I think, in this spot. So I don't know how much I'd touch the books. KC at Twins. I really like the lefty Cole today on the mound. Pablo's been pretty solid pitcher too, but I think the Royals roster has kind of struggled against this guy. But I'm backing the Royals at home. They're a team that usually plays better offensively at home, and I just like the big lefty on the mound today for the Royals. So this Rangers-Cubs game, I think this was at 7 when I looked last. Maybe it was at 7.5. This is a tricky one because when you come back here and you look at Wrigley Field, it's like negative 25 for runs, singles, 11% on extra base hits, and negative 45 for home runs. The wind's just coming straight in, okay? So it's not good conditions for hitters. It's colds, so there's that, and then you have the barometric pressure is not good either. So for carry, but I'm just looking at, they've literally had these conditions for like the last 3 home games, I think, pretty much. And they put up 7 runs by themselves every time. 3 straight games with 7 runs playing at home. I like the way this team is batting right now. They're very hot. They got a pretty good lineup. Getting Kyle Tucker was absolutely huge for this Cubs team. So I'm thinking here that we could maybe attack this over, because I think that Vegas might be slightly putting a little bit too much emphasis on the weather. Guys, look at this matchup between these two. I mean, this is about as juicy as it gets. So Jameson Taillon, he's really struggled in his first 2 starts. And then you look at the lifetime numbers against this Rangers roster, it's not good. He's given up a 327 batting average. The WOBA's even higher. The expected WOBA is, a little lower, so maybe he's had a little bit of bad luck. Only a 20% K rate, not a huge walk rate. And then, Patrick Corbin, yeah, I guess he's back, playing with the Rangers. Didn't expect to see this guy's name this year. There's a lot of jokes that float around the internet about this guy. He came in as a good prospect. It's just, we call him the batting practice pitcher. Okay. So just keep that in mind. 10% walk rate. And look, it's a 350 batting average here too. So you got 2 guys that are literally giving up base runners at a very high rate between these two. Maybe they just keep slapping singles around the park. Maybe there's more stolen base opportunities. I feel like this line's a little low. I'm leaning that. Rockies Brewers, I think this line, these Rockies offense usually plays a lot better at home. Brewers offense really hard to trust. You got Peralta. He played okay there last year in his career. We're going to actually take him on some strikeouts today. I like that matchup. But this over 9.5, I feel like it's right about where it should be. But we saw on the chart, you're looking at a ton of freaking bump here, 26% run bumps. So I don't know. I would lean the over, I think. And if I had to pick a side, I'd probably pick the Brewers. I just think that Freddie Peralta gives them an edge over Kyle Freeland. Now, Kyle Freeland has been pitching well this year, but I don't know if it's going to hold up. This game right here is a tough one. I'm not going to pick a side, but I'll just lean the over. I think both these guys are very hittable right now. Charlie Morton and Merrill Kelly has not looked good this season. And then Stros Mariners, I can't give you a pick on this because I don't know who's pitching. So, yeah, I really like the Giants today on the money line. I think Landon Roop should pitch better today. So there's no sample size here. I don't trust the Reds offense. It was 2-0 yesterday. I mean, that was part of the nuke play or red alert play or whatever you want to call it. But anytime the Giants are playing a lefty, I like to back them. Guys like Heliot Ramos, Tyler Fitzgerald, Lee, all these guys love left-handed pitching, especially Ramos. So we're going to have some looks at him today as well. Yeah, I think that's probably it. This is a tough game too because C's kind of struggled against them. The A's really aren't striking out a ton this year. I don't know. I'd probably lean taking the A's here at home. I think I could back them, plus 1.5. If they lose, hopefully it's just by 1. Man, look at that. That'd be a massive parlay, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be fun? Let's get into the DFS. Those are just some leans for you guys, plus the parlay in the very beginning. So I got 2 slips for you. So speaking of Freddie Peralta, we're going to look here in his last 5 games. This is a really good hit rate. I did mention he played them head-to-head last year. It wasn't his best start at Coors. 4 strikeouts, but I love what I'm seeing lifetime from this guy. When we come back to both starts this year, 8-8 in 8 innings and only 5 innings. So that's a really good sign against the Yankees. So if we come back to baseball saving over here and we go to that Coors game, you can see Peralta has got a 41% strikeout lifetime rate. That is beyond elite. Okay. 82 plate appearances. This is not a small sample size. Overall, 187 batting average. Now, Coors Field, as you guys saw, it's got a big boost today with the weather conditions. That doesn't mean guys are not going to strike out. So both things could happen. He could give up a home run and then strike out the next 2 batters. Then he could give up a double, and then, you guys are going to get what I'm getting at. If he's going to give up hits, he's going to get K still, I promise you, with a 41% rate. So, yeah, I like that a lot. We're going to back Freddie Peralta. This is a 3/4 unit bet for me to pay a little over 1. So it's like almost $200 in total, the payout. Definitely over a unit in profit. And then we're going to back Reagan. Like I mentioned, Cole Reagans. I do like him a lot. In fact, if we come look at the strikeout rates, okay, let me make sure this looks good for you guys. Colorado striking out more than anybody, almost a 30% rate, right? And then if we look at who is the other team we were looking for? Reagan. So Minnesota, right? Minnesota's all the way down here at 18th, only 22% rate overall. But I want to show you guys something. If we come up here and we put a split versus left-handed pitching, and we come back down, look who's number 3 all of a sudden. 32% strikeout rate. Colorado still in the top 10. So we have 2 top 10 matchups. I feel pretty good about it. As long as Peralta doesn't get roughed up early, I think he should settle in, kind of get a feel for the spin on the ball up there at elevation. So I like both these guys a lot. Reagans in his head-to-heads last year, look at this. All 4 times he played Minnesota. Yeah, all these were last year. He went over in all 4 games. The strikeouts per 9 go up when he faces this team. Same thing if we come over here to baseball saving and we go to that game, Minnesota. You're looking at a 33.3% strikeout rate in a big sample size, 63 plate appearances. So, yeah, I think this is a really good slip. Hopefully we can cash this one today. And then I have the second one for you guys as well. And I feel like I talked enough about this that I'm not going to really break it down, but I'll show you guys on baseball saving. Okay. So this is a half unit play for me to win 1 unit. Okay. In profit. So 50 to win 150. Pays just a hair over what you'd get on Prize Picks. Well, what Prize Picks will do is they will 100% probably have these at push lines, especially sell. So it's pretty simple, guys. I mentioned the pitchers, how I like them in the spots. They both have very good success against one another. This game should have a playoff type feel to it. I really do believe it will. Zach Wheeler, 30% strikeout lifetime. It's huge sample size here. Holding them to a really low batting average, sub 200, low walk rate, 30% strikeouts. So as long as he goes 6 innings, I think we should come close. If he goes 7, I definitely think we're going to hit this slip. And then Chris Sale, I feel like he needs to show up today for this Braves team. I expect him. He had a kind of a rough start last season too. He hasn't pitched phenomenally yet this year, but he hasn't been bad either. And I remember right around this time, like his third, fourth start in, he really turned it up. Was probably a Cy Young candidate last year, if my memory serves me right. I think this is a spot that he needs to show up for the Braves. 40% strikeout rate, guys, freaking massive. So if I had to like give you like an alt one to bump down, it would definitely be Wheeler. I actually feel pretty good about Sell. But if you want to play this at 7, you can. We're going for it today. I think both these guys could easily have, 10 double-digit strikeouts each in a game like today. I think it's going to have a playoff type atmosphere. I'm really trying to sell myself on going. So drop a comment if you guys want to go. And then I'm going to give you guys a movie quote today. None of you guys guessed it yesterday. That was from the movie The Counts of Monte Cristo, the greatest revenge movie probably ever made. I'll give you one today. We'll do a comedy from the 90s. That's your hint. And it's like one of them goes, if she were a president, her name would be Abraham Lincoln. Comment. Let me know what movie that is. That's all I got for you guys today. And let's cash these slips. Peace.